Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Well, I'm here to give you the update on my TaoTao Racer50 49cc scooter. Right now I'm at about 100 miles, about a month in it. Braking period is over. No more babying it, no more. It's, you gotta test the road if you really you want to know the capabilities of your bike. Now, mind you, this drives like a motorcycle. This is not a scooter. Body wise, engine wise, it drives like a scooter. Keep that in mind always. So after driving for a while, I want to give you a real solid, the most descriptive short description I could give you about this bike. It drives like a motorcycle. You got to learn how to lean with your body. You got to know how to do counter turning properly. You got to do all that. If you don't know how to do all that, don't endanger yourself just to look cool. You will get seriously injured if you're not fully protected. Always have a Kevlar jacket. It's a little expensive, but guess what? It's gonna save your life in ripping up layers of skin if you fall. And as you can see, it's real nice. It's real good. I'm gonna tell you about some upgrades that are coming in the mail within the next few days, and then I'm gonna post them up. And yeah, so let's get to it. So I've been driving it now for more than a month. I'll show you right now exactly how many miles it has. Let me see if I could just peep that a little bit, angle. Nope. There you go. 175. You could turn the gauge to miles per hour. You could change the time clock on it. I got no problem with it right now. And yeah, man, as you can see, still has the crack, still has the fairing there. Show you the back as well. So like I was saying, this drives like a motorcycle. Body wise, you gotta lean your body. You gotta learn how to counter turn. You gotta adjust your mirrors properly so you can see your blind spots. You're not gonna see directly behind you. You're gonna see your blind spots. See your blind spots, always be seen. Get high visibility, a jacket, Kevlar as well, helmet, ABS. I like ABS helmet. Feels smoother, feels thicker, it feels like it's more durable. Dot 3 is something of the past for me, from what I learned and talked to a lot of people. So yeah, here's a few things you're gonna learn if you're driving in certain conditions. I already driven this in the rain. I already driven this against the wind, counter the crosswinds as well. I'm going to give you a few tips. In the rain, always have a clear visor that's always clean. Put some Rain-X on the lens and some defogger inside the lens, because you will be stuck. And make sure you have a trench coat long for your body, because you will get soaked. Learned that the hard way. Took like 3 showers in and a 10-minute drive. High visibility. Make sure you have high visibility. Do not rely on these headlights just for people to see you. I got a few things coming in, I'll tell you in a second. The top, it's already broken in. First things that I noticed when I first got it, breaking it in with 0 miles, you're gonna smell oil burning. You're gonna smell like paint burning. That's coming from the exhaust. At 30 to 45 miles, it will go away. It will go away. Another few things I noticed, It's a little, you got to lubricate a little bit for the turning. So I look into it, because I had to lubricate mine a little bit if I could turn a little bit better, smoother. It was a little bit rough because it felt like I was fighting against the bike, and it wasn't even that. It needed some lubricant. And so like I was saying, when you're turning, you got to know how to lean your body. You cannot just turn the wheel. This is not, it's a body of a motorcycle for a reason. You got to learn how to lean. When you press, you're holding your grip, lean, press down, then you turn. Same thing with the other hand. You press down, holding, and you turn with it. This is not turning like this. No, you will fall forward. Don't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to drive a motorcycle or ever been on a motorcycle or a dirt bike, then you got to understand it's the same principles of a bicycle. You don't just turn right away on hard turns. You got to measure, you got to see your distance, you got to see a few things. So yeah, like getting that out of the way, just remember safety first, right? So driving in the rain, it's trust your wheels, man. These little wheels, believe it or not, have a lot of grip, especially if you're leaning on it like a motorcycle. You lean on it, you put weight, pressure on it, and it's wet. Trust your bicycle tires. They could handle your weight. That's why it tells you what's the maximum weight, and you could handle it pretty well. Do not freeze up. Do not squeeze that brake right away. You have the risk of falling and slipping and damaging not just your bike, but you could damage yourself. You could hurt yourself. I already saw some kid literally like 3 weeks in just bust his ass on a real motorcycle because he didn't know how to drive it. He didn't know how to drive it in the weather conditions, and he just slid. I helped him out a little bit. So just to pay mind. Remember, high visibility is the best thing you could do for yourself, because people are not always going to see a small slim bike with lights on. Put reflectors on it, put a high res visibility helmet on. It doesn't matter if you're matching like a Skittle. Like, as long as they see you, you know you're good. All right, so another thing, that's what you're gonna expect. You're gonna smell some oil burning, paint burning. That's normal. After 30 to 45 miles, it should be able to go away. All right, another thing, the wind. Over here in Florida in the back roads, there's a lot of wind, especially from the storms, from the weather, all that stuff. Do not slow down. I know it sounds contradicting, but you learn how to use your legs like vents, your arms. Know when to pull in your arms in closer to one side for you can lean better. You got to adjust. Learn how to adjust. If you start getting hit by crosswinds, you got to know how to basically balance yourself out against it. It's like, have you ever seen a sailboat and the wind is blowing one way and they open up the flaps to go one way or the other? Use your arms for the wind could go in between your gaps and your legs as well. That's something. I got hit, I don't know, with maybe like a 35 mile per hour crosswind from the back pushing me forward. So it was making me go faster than expected. You got to know how to just open up your legs a little bit, arms. So you got to be very, very knowledgeable. Don't just be cruising down the street or in the back way with the wind and everything. If you don't know what you're doing and then you get a little nervous because you feel force pushing up against you, trying to make you lose balance, do not stiffen up. Try to find the right way to let the air ventilate through your body, and use your weight as well on top of the bike to give it more support. More heavy support in the front and the back as well. Helmets are important. I just finished ordering a good airflow, like something dynamic, aerodynamic, more resistance from the clunky one that I used to have, and it's coming in soon. Also got myself a better Kevlar jacket for my type of weather, which is really hot here in Florida. Miami is hot as hell. And a few other tips I could tell you is, over here you do not need well, for me, I already hit 38, 39 miles per hour on it stocked. I already broke it in. At first it was only doing 35, 36. Now after I broke it in, it gives me 39 to 40. That's broken in already. The only thing that I got is a carburetor kit, air filter, high performance air filter, a spark plug, ignition coil. I do not need a CDI to make it go even faster than that. Right there, that alone is gonna just push me to 55, like to the max. Let's just say that's gonna push me to 45, 50, and max it will be 55. I do not need more. You do not need more than that at all. And this is just for me to get from point A to point B on time. Right now, 39 is great. I'm in traffic, no problem, and like nobody's zooming right by me unless they're going 55 or 60. So that's the only thing I really recommend. And rollers, if you want a faster pull-off speed, that's the only problem I saw with this bike in the beginning, the pull-off speed. When you're pulling off, it takes 3 to 4, well, when you're breaking it in, it takes like 5 to 10 seconds. When it's broken in, it takes 3 to 5 seconds, which is not bad still, but still, I had to get rollers right there for the transmission, for it, it could just pick up speed right away, easy, and you're keeping up with traffic flow. You're not interrupting anybody, and people are going with you at the same pace. Unless there's people that's impatient, and you gotta, you know, they want to pass by you, which is fine. That's why you stick to the right lane. And let's see what else I can tell you. I told you about driving in the rain. Trust your tires. These bad boys can't handle your weight. I told you about wind conditions. You got to have the right proper gear, know how to adjust your body on the fly. This is not just you know, a little scooter. It has the body of a motorcycle. It drives like a motorcycle. The same principles of a motorcycle. Body leaning left and right, how to adjust, how to steer properly, how to turn properly. And but the engine, it is a scooter, so you have to have those two things in your mind. Don't have an accident and have a lot of visibility on you, like a reflective vest or a really high resolution like reflective helmet. And if you, like I said, driving in the rain, you're always gonna need a raincoat, especially in Florida, because you never know. And you can stash it in the back, something foldable, very small, you could put it in the back. And yeah, man, it's a bad boy. This is a bad puppy right here. It's really good. I'm so happy with this purchase. And as you saw, the gas tank, that is beautiful, but the fuel, this is the best part. It's still a half. I still have half a tank. And last time I put gas was about a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. So this thing does not consume anything. Now, when I do those little upgrades with the air filter, which is gonna go right there, the air filter, the carburetor, and a little bit of tune-up, that's all you need to get them extra 10 miles per hour. Spark plug, CDI, you could do all that stuff. Big bore kit, you could do all that. I don't recommend the big bore kit here in Florida because it's hot as hell. And like I said in one of my videos before, more combustion, more airflow means more heat over here, which makes the shell even hotter, which actually could be worse for the engine, for the shell. And you could wear down a few things. And also, when you get a big bore kit, something that I learned, this is why you start up your motorcycle, moped, something like this, and let it run for 5 to 10 minutes. Because when it's brand new, the piston and the piston ring have to smooth out each other. Let it smooth out inside the engine, because when you first get it, it's gonna have a lot of No, that's why it's called the breaking point. Like, break it in, for there can be no mistake, for there could be just enough suction and combustion inside where the piston is at. So when you get a big bore kit, you got to do the whole break-in process all over again. That's why people said you got to redo this, not the oil. You got to redo this all over again. So yeah, I got the spark plug coming in, better ignition. Something I do recommend is a heavier horn. Heavier horn. Know how to use your flashlights, your lights flashing at cars at night when they don't see you. See, at night you got to drive a little bit in the middle of the lane, but on the right hand side of the lane, because in the daytime you drive too close to the right, they can't see you. That's a blind spot. That's why also you got to wear reflective gear like a motherfucker. So yeah, this is gonna be that pretty full review, so I'm just gonna give you the breakdown. It drives like a motorcycle. It drives like a motorcycle because it's a motorcycle body, and the engine is a scooter. So you gotta balance those things out. The rain, weather conditions, you have to play in factor all the time. You need like I said, rain X on your visors, on your lenses, the fogger inside the lens. Know how to trust your tires in a really sticky situation. Know how to put your body on the bike properly. Know how to adjust on the fly when you're coming across heavy winds, like 40 mile per hour winds that could come against you, can push you from the side, can push you from the back. If you feel like you're losing balance, you gotta don't stiffen up like a rock, because you probably will fall. So a few things, like I said, just, you got to take these things into mind and consideration. So hopefully this is helping you out. And like I said, what I got coming in is the air filter, brand new, high performance, a carburetor, high performance, rollers, and that's it. That's all you need to get them extra 5 to 10 miles per hour of power, and for a faster speed and everything. So yeah, man. And finally took off the little plastic for the seating. I left it on because it was raining like crazy. And yeah, so what I got coming in is a new Kevlar jacket, a high visibility helmet, and those little toys right there. So once I get it, and also some reflective tape that I'm gonna put on the bike, and it's the long strip ones, very thin. It's like 1 millimeter reflective tape, for you could do the outlines and stuff like that, make it sizzle, because at night it will bright you up even more. The more visibility at night, the better. So yeah, man, that's my full month review of the TaoTao Racer. Expect burning 30 to 45 miles. You're gonna smell it. That's the oil, that's the paint, all that stuff. Expect a break-in point. Let it run 5 to 10 minutes for about a week, 2 weeks. Right before you go anywhere, just don't freaking throttle it like an animal. Make sure you have all the proper gear. If you're in the snow, make sure you got the proper gear. If you're in the rain, it's always raining. If it is a lot of wind, make sure you got the right gear at all costs. I recommend people buy some sliders for the bike as well. I gotta get the proper ones for myself. And yeah, man, hopefully that helps. It's amazing. It's amazing purchase. It's amazing bike. And yeah, no problems. The water doesn't stall anything. Yeah, it's pretty good to the water. The water's falling on it and everything for like a whole day. Turned right up, drove it. No, like, just make sure it doesn't get inside, the engine, the little engine block or anything like that. But on top of that, it's a phenomenal little beast. And yeah, I've not been disappointed at all. Yeah, recommend LED lights for everything. More visibility, the better. So yeah, man, that's my small little review. If you got any questions, man, you know what, just hit me up. I'll keep you posted. Dale.